Hey, you playa, some guys will literally do anything to keep a girl's attention. They'll lie to her, manipulate her, or even threaten her just so she doesn't walk away from them. And while you may think you're actually keeping her interest, you're actually ruining any potential chance you may have with her. First off, sometimes the guy will just straight up lie and pretend to like all the same things that a girl does just so that she thinks the two of you have way more in common than you actually do. You might pretend to like the same musical artist as her or even be obsessed with the same movie. Now logically it might make sense. If both of us like the exact same things, then she's going to want to spend more time around me. But all you're really doing is creating a facade. You're creating an inauthentic version of yourself. You're not allowing the true honest you to take front and center, and you're going to get caught up in a web of lies. The reality is being upfront about the things that you have in common and the things that you don't is actually going to take you further with her. She's going to see that you're not an exact clone of her. You're your own person with your own thoughts and feelings here. Plus, you don't have to pretend. You can actually talk about the things you enjoy and feel real when you're having a conversation with her. Second, some guys will pretend to be helpless with women just to take advantage of their kindness and support. They know that if they tell the right kind of sob story, that girl just can't help herself. She's going to throw herself at his mercy and be by his side just to lift him up. Guys will do this by venting to girls that they like about how they're down on their luck with women or they just can't get their life together, knowing that these girls are going to step into that mother role for them. They're going to offer that nurturing support. And for the guy, it feels good to be taken care of knowing that this is the girl that they like. The problem is that while she may be calling you more often and checking in or sending you morning and night texts, you're killing any potential attraction. She's really going to see you as someone she's taking care of, not someone that she wants to be with, knowing that if she were to enter that relationship with you, those problems are going to get thrusted onto her. And that isn't to say you should never talk about your problems with someone that you like, but you have to know who to share things with. If it's a girl that you're attracted to and you want to build a romantic relationship with, venting to her about how no girls give you a chance is not exactly going to help your odds with her. You're essentially trying to manipulate her into doing something for you out of pity, and that pity is never going to translate into a happy and healthy relationship with her. 3. Some guys will pretend to be purely platonic friends with the girl when deep down they really do like her. They're just afraid to say anything because if they do, it might mean scaring that girl away, having her reject them, and no longer being around her. I've seen guys just straight up lie about whether or not they find a girl attractive because they know that if they said that they did, that's going to make things weird and awkward between them and their friend. So they just act like they don't see them as anything at all. The truth is, if you do find someone attractive, that's totally fine. You could think your friends are attractive, but that doesn't mean you have to actively pursue all of them. In the case where you're friends with someone that you like, though, the best thing that you can do is to be upfront and honest, because on their end, they see you as just a purely platonic friend. So when you finally come around to reveal your hidden deep feelings for them, they're going to feel like they just lost a friend. All this time you were pretending and lying to them and just not being honest. Does that mean there's a high risk of losing them as a friend? Yes, but you do not have a chance with them if they think you're just a friend. You do have a chance with them if they know that you have feelings for them, because that's something you can actively act on. 4. Some guys will go to the lengths of telling a girl that they're going to harm themselves if that girl cuts them off. This really puts that girl in a very sticky situation where if she decides to end her toxic communication with you, she's going to feel insanely guilty if you actually take any sort of action in hurting yourself. This is one of the worst things a guy can do because not only are you manipulating them, you're just straight up abusing them. You're using guilt and fear to force them to comply with what you want them to do. That's never going to lead to a happy and healthy relationship. They're only going to go along with it because they don't want to carry that guilt on their conscience. From the abuser's perspective, they may think that this person is willing to go to any lengths for me because they truly care. But the reality is they don't recognize the damage and harm that they're actually causing that person, which is pretty scary. The best thing that person can do is to seek out a professional, a therapist, a counselor, someone to help them deal with their abandonment trauma, because if this person chooses to no longer be part of your life, it should not drive you to a point where you want to harm yourself. And if you're using that as your bargaining chip, you're going down the wrong path. You're not going to build a sustainable and happy relationship for yourself. In order to have the best possible chance that you can with a girl, you need to be straight up, honest, and forward with her. Using a lot of manipulation and lying tactics just to keep her around is not a sustainable path. Sure, you may get small victories, you may get sympathy points, you may get a little bit of her interest in you, but it's not the type of interest that's actually going to carry you to the finish line, which is going to be a relationship with her. Men aren't the only ones who give off red flags in dating though. Check out the video over there on the side where I'm going to walk you through some of the red flags you should be aware of that's going to help prevent you from getting your heart broken. On that note, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.